Hello, my internet fans. We're here with another episode of my show, the Stat Boy Rants, on this channel on YouTube. And as always, Stat Boy approved are the rants. A lot of stuff to talk about that happened last week. I'm gonna take a small break from talking about Raw because I just don't want to. How about that one? Yeah. I will talk about some wrestling. I will talk about mostly what happened on Saturday at Battleground Pro Wrestling at the Los Alamitos American Legion Post 716. You know, we've been there before. Had a lot of good things. We got down there. We did the ring crew stuff. We put in a good day's work. And honestly, some stuff happened from the last show that Renegade and Meacham told me about. It. Basically, I didn't show up at the April show because don't you dare! I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it. She started to sneeze, and I called it. I knew she was gonna do that. I knew it. I even saw one of our cat episodes and she sneezed during that one too. I knew it. Anyway, I did not go to the April show because I had to go to work. And so like I've been saying all month, I'm gonna go. And then Renegade tells me that there's a UFC pay-per-view, and it's like, I thought you were gonna go to UFC. I said, no, I'm gonna go to the show. 3 people, Levi Shapiro, Luis Tapia, and Nick Madrid, which was the biggest surprise. That, hey, where's your brother with the mustache? He's not here. So as soon as I saw all 3 of them, I made extra. I was very thankful that they at least remembered me and all that. In fact, Nick Madrid actually remembered that I was, bless you, a cast member. So thank you for that. And so we're sitting there, we're doing our work and all that, and I had the thought into my head, if you remember a while ago when we were at a taping of NWA Hollywood, we did interviews. So I wanted to do an interview. I wanted to get involved. And so I got to sit down with one of the 3 wrestlers, Levi Shapiro. So, check this out. This is a good interview. Just check this out. So today I've got my good pal here, Levi Shapiro. What's up?
What's up, brother?
How you doing? You good?
Seeing the scummy Los Angeles weather down here, it's nothing compared to Atlantic City, baby.
Nothing like Atlantic City.
It's beautiful down there,
Basically, Levi, we're here at Battleground Pro Wrestling, in Los Alamitos, California. And just want to...
Is that where we are? Los Alamitos?
Yeah.
Sounds like a dog.
Watch a lot of baseball. Basically, I just want to give my internet fans here a chance to, get the backstory on you. What made you become a wrestler?
A little bit of everything. When I was younger, grew up in Atlantic City, we did a little bit of everything. Grandpa liked to take me down to the matches. He's a big Vince fan, he had a lot of good guys coming in and out. And what really did it was WrestleMania 4, man. They had the tournament, Trump Towers. Always on the beach, man. The sexy body, you can't keep that off. So it's like I see the tournament, man. Macho Man, Ted DiBiase, some of the guys I look up to. Nowadays it's not what it was back then. They had
changed too
much. They had no way to have the mega powers. The mega powers they combine for a new build. And then they explode. And so that was a little bit of my influence personally.
When did you make your debut?
I made my debut about 3 years ago. I did a little work on the East Coast, nothing really to be recognized. But then I came out, to Martinez, trained under Devil Mountain. It's affiliated with these guys under the Action Coast Empire Network. And I just took what I did, and I'm getting my name out down here. And I don't really want to go back to the East Coast, but I got love, Atlantic City. Can't hate on that, but West Coast is just so beautiful. I was thinking about relocating out here. I met my heterosexual life mate, the Rib. We met down there in Manhattan Beach one day. We were partying it up, got the cheeks,
All right.
And ever since then, we've kind of just been the duo, you know.
What's your ultimate goal? Where do you want to go? Do you want the big time? Do you want WWE? Do you want to?
I mean, you know, just working is what it is, man. You know, I like to wrestle. I like to have sex with rats more, you know. But wrestling's definitely #1 priority. I'd like to get somewhere, you know. I just want to get the name noticed, you know. All those jabronis out there want to see Levi Shapiro. Why not give him the chance, you know? Everywhere I go, it's just another good thing for me. You know, the show's name is Stat Boy Rants, but it sounds like Levi Shapiro.
Hey, if you want to rant, I'm cool with it,
man.
I love it when other
What's
people
the stats? What's my stats in Battleground Pro Wrestling, Stat Boy?
They're pretty damn good, I'll tell you.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't come totally prepared because it was my day off.
Oh, come on.
Hey, I do this all the time. I'll get you the stats, don't worry, I promise you.
I want those ASAP on my Twitter.
What is your Twitter account?
It's at Levi Shapiro. You know, all day.
You on Facebook too?
Facebook, not as much on Levi Shapiro. I go by a different name under my alias code. I'm not going to release that.
No, you don't want to give them that. Have you had your best match with anybody? Your best feud?
Well, I mean, if I'm a wrestler and I wrestle, I'd like to say I've had a best match, right? I don't think I'm a piece of crap.
No, you're definitely not.
I mean, anything, you know, me and Riv are the longest reigning Devil Mountain Tag Team Champions of all time. And nobody's going to take that spot away from us, you know. And, you know, I got to give it up to the Suburban Commandos, those two fat losers. They put a good fight up, and got a lot of respect for them. You know, even though we've done our time here at Battleground and all in NorCal, I'd like to say I'd have some of my favorite matches in a tag team against those guys.
Would that be your dream match?
A tag team match?
No, any match. What would be your dream match?
A dream match with anybody I could ever wrestle?
Anybody, dead or alive?
That's a snug question right there. You know, I don't really know. It took me about 5 years to figure out that Terry Funk was my favorite wrestler of all time. You know, so just to work Terry Funk in the Tokyo Dome, I'd say that'd be a good one. Just and not even on that hardcore aspect. You know, just I want to work. You know, I want to have Terry Funk give down his left jabs and see how he can work for an old man.
How did your family take you when you sat down with your family and said, I want to be a wrestler?
You know, I mean, my grandpa was always into it, and my parents were never big on it. You know, they thought it was fake and everything. They used that F word.
Never use the word fake in wrestling, folks.
But what they did, though, they always supported me, you know. I mean, my father was a bartender and my mother was a poker dealer, you know. So I grew up in the Trump Towers, like I said. I've been to WrestleMania 4 and 5.
Did you ever meet Trump?
I got close to Trump a couple times. It was more like I snuck into his parties when he was having at the Towers. Me and the Rib, we snuck in and banged a bunch of his rats.
Whoa!
In the hot tubs, but we didn't get close to the Trumpster.
Or his money.
No.
It's all about the money.
You know, time's money, girls take time, so evil all evil, girls equal death. That's why we like the rats, you know, just get in quick, you know, get them in, get them out.
Alright, my fans, check this guy out, follow him on Twitter, come down to BPW every month.
I'll be down here. Check him out, YouTube. See me in my heterosexual life, mate the Rib. We're circumsexy. We're kicking asses all over California.
Thank you for being on my show, sir. My first interview was a success.
Thank you.
Wasn't that a good interview? That was fun. That was a good interview there that Levi and I did. You know, I loved his Atlantic City stories. So those were the best. Wanted to do a little bit more, but I didn't want to waste too much of his time. So anyway, we get down there. We put a good day's work in. We put the ring together. It seems so fast. Like we put together the ring so quickly. After we didn't put all the finishing. Yes, Renegade.
The reason the ring gets put together so quickly at Battleground is because there's not a bunch of prima donnas in the back.
Oh. Backstory coming soon. But the only thing
Cassius, oh no.
No. No, we didn't totally finish. We didn't put the ring skirt, and we didn't do the there was something else that we didn't do on there. But once we put the canvas down, we tied it all down. You know, Renegade and me, and we just start resorting to 12-year-olds. He's taking bumps. I'm running the ropes. He wants to take the bumps. I just want to run. That's all I wanted to do. So I'm just running back and forth, hitting the ropes, going back and forth, and it was cheesy and corny. Dylan got involved. He started taking bumps too. You know, did we get that on tape? Yeah, we got that on tape, didn't we?
No, a little bit of the training.
A little bit of the training?
A little bit of the training.
Are we going to post that or no?
I probably don't know. We'll see.
Probably not?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, just get in there and... it was probably the worst running the ropes ever, but I don't care. I just want to run. That's all I wanted to do. Then we went and we had a nice lunch dinner at the Café del Sol, Cafe of the Sun in Spanish. And I was sitting there, we were having our burgers and fries, watching the Angels game, and they went retro, like my hat, you know. This was the one of the California logos. They were wearing their classic 1960 jerseys with Los Angeles, and they were wearing blue caps, and the Mariners were wearing red caps, and it said Rainers, R-A-I-N-E-R-S, because before they were the Mariners, they were the Rainers. So whenever they were up to bat and they were wearing the red helmets, I thought, well, that was a cool hit, but it was one of the Angels instead, because they went retro. We finish our lunch, we go back, we're mingling, we're hanging out, everyone's stretching and whatnot, and I went to the, one of the guys, I said, you know, can I be the ring attendant guy, or whatever that proper term is, you know, they pass off their coats, you throw them in the back. He says, sure, no problem. And I was also in charge of taking the belts and putting them over to the end, and that was a cool job. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. It gives you a little more into it, you know. 8 good matches. First match of the night was Sheik, what's his full name? Sheik Khalid, what's his full name?
Sheik Kalavati.
Sheik Kalavati, thank you, whatever he's... Against Chupacabra. Chupacabra,
Everybody knows that name.
The Mexican werewolf with the fangs and the eyes and all that, and it ended up being title for title on that one. Great match there. Foob Dog went up against Pinky's Nobodies in a gauntlet. Good match there. There was a triple threat match. There was a 4-way. It just, you got to get down there. I'm not going to go into total details, but you just got to go down to VPW, guys. I mean, come on down there. For $10, you get a good show. And whatnot. Former Tough Enough contestant AJ was down there. He was very nice. He was cool. And all that. Famous B successfully defended his title. And Rick Ellis, who is also dubbed as Baby Benoit here at Casa D18. What?
Not by Jeff Meacham, Rick.
Or J.J. Williams, Rick.
It's a Jade thing, Rick. Basically, at the end of Famous B's match, he comes out and he starts praising B. Alright? He's like, you know, B, you're a great champion and all that, and you're going places, whatnot. And I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be a swerve. And lo and behold, there is. He cheap shot B and he locks him in the crossface and he's ripping his arm out of his socket or whatever. And he does it 3 times. Not cool. And he finally goes to the back. And B's in the ring. And nobody else is there. And it's like, I'm right by B. And it's like, you know, B, I'm here, man. What do you need? He goes, I need help. I run to the back and I grab the referees. I'm like, come on, B needs help. They go, get an ice pack. I go, an ice pack? Where the hell am I going to get an ice pack? Run to the back. Put an ice pack together. Take him to the back. He's A-okay. He's A-okay. B's a tough guy. He's going to be fine. Don't worry about Famous B, because he's a tough guy. In fact, he actually said thank you to me for helping him out. And then in the main event with Rico Dynamite and Nick Madrid for the title, the finish of the match, you know, the referees got knocked down. Rico tries to use the belt as a weapon. He misses. Nick grabs the belt and smacks Rico upside the head, and right up here, right by his eyebrow, there's a nice little gash. Not too bad of a gash. Not like Attitude Era Crimson Mask type of a gash, but enough to make a mess. And as soon as I saw that, it's like, okay, we got to take care of this right away. Luckily, in the back, there's a first aid kit. We're talking gauze and gloves and peroxide and alcohol and next thing you know, I'm like Cutman at the UFC. You know, I got the gloves on and everything. I'm putting pressure on the wound. I'm cleaning them up. And unfortunately, they only had Band-Aids, so I didn't think a Band-Aid would cover it. So we had to do something. So apparently now Stat Boy knows what to do in an emergency when someone's bleeding. Lucky me, I guess. I don't know. So there you go. Battleground. Like I said, come on. The next one is June 20.
I think June 30th.
I think so. We'll post the date for certain. Not. I want to say like June. For some reason, June 26th is popping out in my.
No, June 30th is right.
June 30th.
Yeah, June
Okay.
9, 16, 23. Yeah, 30.
Okay, June 30th. If I've screwed up the date, I apologize in advance. We did not get home until 2:30 Sunday morning because of the after party. After we're done, you know, cleaning up. The ring crew we tore down. The teardown always seems faster than the setup. We
No.
clean. No?
It's
No.
not the same.
Setup was way quicker this time. Teardown took forever.
Didn't seem like it.
Yeah, it did. I was watching.
And after we clean up the hall and all that, we go into the little bar area, and I also found out that it's not a public bar, because somebody tried to go into the bar during the show, and I had to be told by the security guys, you know, veterans only, American Legion Hall, and I was like, oh, okay. But they let them get one drink anyway, because they're nice guys. Oh, we're all in there. We're chilling, relaxing. People are trying to sing. People are singing. People are drunk off their ass. People are sober. Renegade and I were the sober ones, I think. You had a drink, didn't you?
During the show, yeah.
Oh, you'd sobered up by then?
Oh, way sober up by then, man.
So I'm looking through the book. And trying to find a song, and didn't really find one. Wanted to do Pour Some Sugar on Me from Def Leppard because I like one of that song. I looked and they had Def Leppard songs, but they had every single one but that. So it's like I did Talk Dirty to Me by Poison, and just watch what happens.
Driving
Renegade got me good, didn't he? He had to turn on the camera. Yeah. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
But that wasn't the only time I turned on the camera.
I hate you.
Check this out.
Oh.
Hey, she did good.
I didn't know about that. I was in the hall hanging out with everybody when that happened.
Yeah, but she
I
did
told
good.
you.
She did good though.
I came back
But-
and told you about
But
it.
everybody was doing rock songs and party songs. Why did you do a slow song?
It's the only one I heard.
It's the only one you knew? Okay.
Lord, I apologize for the lighting there. It was a bar.
But you
It was a
didn't.
bar. So it's not very bright in a bar. Forgive me. Be with pygmies down in New Guinea. Amen.
Like I say, we made it all the way to the last call, and we just came home and we were dead tired. I still got up, and I kind of went back to sleep, but then everybody was just dead to the world. So then we're just hanging out here, and I went over to my friend's house. I saw UFC. Had to see a day late, but still pretty good showing there. 3 big matches with Big Country Roy Nelson. He's got a big old beard too, just like yours. A little bit longer though. They in fact, Rogan and Goldberg actually called it a playoff beard. They didn't necessarily say it was the King's, but they did say it was a playoff beard.
I see.
And Roy Nelson, boy, he's got big country power because he knocked out Dave Herman. He knocked him out good. Cain Velasquez, the former champion, he beat Antonio Silva. If you saw one of my Facebook posts, I took a picture of Antonio Silva, whose nickname is Bigfoot, and I said, he looks like Great Khali. He does. If I would have done a side-by-side, they would have looked exactly the same, or pretty darn close. And Antonio Silva, man, he got busted open, and there were puddles on the mat. And okay, I understand that UFC and boxing, and sometimes WWE can get bloody and messy, but there's got to be a better way to clean up those messes. Because let's face it, folks, it's blood. It's not supposed to be there. You don't know what those fighters have. Yeah, they do testing left and right to make sure they're healthy and they don't have no nasty diseases. But if I'm a fighter, okay, I'm not a germaphobe. I mean, I like things to be neat and clean, but I ain't getting in there. Even if I'm wearing shoes, because they fight barefoot, you know, that's just disgusting. It needs to be cleaned up better. I won't say it all on that. And in the main event, Junior Dos Santos defeated Frank Mir. In fact, here's a funny moment, okay? At the end of the first round, Frank Mir got knocked silly, okay? And the doctor comes up to him and goes, "You alright? You alright?" "Yeah." "Okay, tell me where you are." He says, "I'm at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, and it's May 26th. One part of that statement was wrong. They were not at Mandalay Bay, they were at the MGM Grand. So I'm thinking one of two things. He was being silly, or he really did get knocked silly. So, I mean, Joe Rogan heard it and he goes, well, they're in the same family of casino people, or whatever. So, it's like, but the doctor said he was good to go on. Also from UFC 145, or 143, or 144, whatever the number is. 146, thank you.
Come on, Stat Boy, get your stats straight.
I'll get my stats straight. Our good buddy Brock Lesnar was shown on UFC television, which totally, in my mind, throws the whole I quit storyline out the window, because we know he's not quitting. In fact, now there are rumors that he's coming back to UFC. Here's the story. Dana White got a text from Brock. He says, "I want to come to the fights." Dana says, "Okay, you can come to the fights. You're still in good standings." During the press conference, some reporter comes up. He says, "You know, was Brock Lesnar here?" "Yes." "Is he coming back?" "Don't know." "Did you talk about him coming back?" "I can't tell you." And Dana has got one hell of a poker face. He is not going to let anybody in on talks. But there are now rumors going up. What's going on?
I'm talking to Jay. Do your show. Go ahead. I'm trying to talk, so I don't interrupt you, and you interrupted yourself.
Oh, I see you guys.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So now there's rumors abound that he's gonna come back to UFC, and it's like, why? You don't want to jump back and forth. I mean, come on, Brock. Make up your mind. You're either gonna stay in WWE, you're gonna go. You come back to UFC, or you go back to your farm in Minnesota, wherever it is. And in the crowd, there were a lot of Brazilian flags. And so that leads up to the Chris Jericho Brazilian flag incident. If you don't know what, this is my impression of what Chris Jericho did. He took the imagine the this, and he crumpled it up, and he threw it down, and he stepped on the flag.
And he kicked it.
And then he kicked it away. That's a big no-no in Brazil, apparently, because anybody can be very honored for their country. You know, they can be very patriotic. They love their country very much, and basically, the Brazilian police decide to, one, they want to shut down the show, because this was the first time WWE ever was in Brazil. They wanted to shut down the show, and they wanted to throw Chris Jericho in jail and put him down in the deepest, darkest hole, because you just don't do that. And so he gets on the microphone and he says, "I'm sorry, I love Brazil, I love being in Brazil." And just from the tone of his voice, I couldn't tell if he was being sincere or not. I mean, yes, he's a heel, but you know, if I'm really sorry about something, you know, I'm not going to have a sarcastic tone in my voice unless I think I'm right, which, let's face it, I've done many times before. You know, you just walk up, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, that was my bad," and you move on. But then, if you went on Twitter, there was a hashtag that was trending worldwide saying it's all HBK's fault because of the whole Canadian up the nose incident and what happened at Survivor Series when him humping the flag. And you know, it's like, how do you get cheap heat? you desecrate or embarrass or do something nasty to that country's flag. We've done it. People burn the American flag when they're ticked off. And so what do? We go to war. Now, number one rule when visiting a foreign country, respect their flags. There you go. To my buddy Chris Smart, who last week wanted to know how many hours Kelly has been flaunting a fake smile, I actually did the math. Took me a while, but I actually did it. She made her debut June 13th, 2006. She briefly left television between December 15th, 2006 and January 16th, 2007. Figuring that on every Raw, a Diva segment is about 5 minutes long and about at 10 minutes for every pay-per-view, she has been on television, and this is as close as an estimate, or if my math is correct, 2,287 minutes. That's a long time. Yeah, 2,287 minutes of holla, holla, holla. There you go. And my stats are, my math I think is okay, but like I say, I've worked all week on it, and that's the number I came up with. So I hope that gives you. Now remember, that is over 5 years. So she's been in the company since 2000. Anyway, we're done with this episode. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Follow Levi Shapiro at Levi Shapiro, like he said during there. You know, I can't wait to read all the comments on the karaoke. Come on down to Battleground next month. Give me some more topics to talk about. I will see you next time. Thank you all, and Stat Boy out.